Hello everyone, we are from English Literature Department of Erlangga University. Have you ever visited Kampung Peneleh? And do you know some historical places exist there? Kampung Peneleh is one of the ancient small village in Kampung Lawang, Seketeng, Surabaya. The word Peneleh believed came from Javanese word Pinilih, which means chosen. It is one of the oldest places which has existed since 1893. In this area, there are still many artifacts such as Dutch graveyard, Peneleh's bookshop, mosque, and historic house where host Cokro Aminoto and Sukarno lived in Surabaya. Are you curious about it? Watch this video until the end. So, our first stop is the Begraafplaats Surabaya, or the Dutch graveyard in Peneleh. It was built around 1840, and what's unique about this graveyard is that one tomb was used for two or more bodies, because in the past, they used an open-close system tomb, whereas nowadays one tomb is used for only one body and permanently closed. Estimately, there are 3,821 bodies buried in this graveyard. Among them, there are some important people. For example, the Governor-General Pieter Merkes, who was the Governor-General of Dutch East Indies in the fourth cultivation period. Most of the tombs were built majestically and big, especially for the important people. To visit this graveyard, you need permission from the Surabaya's Environmental Services or the security. After visiting the Dutch graveyard, we took a walk around the alley heading towards the Jami Mosque. We found some random tombs on the road. A long time ago, citizens there used to bury their family around their house, but as the civilization changes, a lot of people move to the area and start building their house along the road. That's the reason why the tombs are scattered on the road. The writing on the tomb is barely visible now, and some of it has already disappeared. Jami Mosque was built in the 15th century by Sunan Ampel, and until this day, it has been renovated only twice. The first one is around 1900 and the second one is around 1986, but stays the same with the original shape. 4 of Prophet Muhammad's best friend names are written in Arabic in its ceiling, and there are other 25 prophets written in its ventilation. People say that the mosque once used as the headquarters by Laskar Hizbullah to trick the colonialists. From the outside, it looked like an ordinary mosque used for prayer, but Hizbullah actually used it to discuss their tactics. The next object that we visited is Peneleh Bridge, which was built around 1900. This bridge connects Gemblongan Street with Peneleh Street. During the Dutch colonialism era, a river flowed under this bridge as a trade road. It is also a silent witness of many battles in 1945, for example, the Battle of 10 November. Straight in front of the bridge, we are arrived at the Peneleh 7th Street, where the Peneleh bookstore and Host Cokro Aminoto Museum was built. The bookstore looks like an old building because it was built approximately in 1800. Its architecture blended two cultures, which are Europe and Javanese. Sukarno used to visit the bookstore to learn about Islamic movement or nationalism because it is very close to the host Cokro Aminoto's house, where he used to live when he was a student in Horger Burger School. Before going inside to this museum, we have to register via link tiketwisata.surabaya.go.id to choose our schedule. This place applies physical distance because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which only allows 8 people to enter the museum. This house was divided into 10 rooms and occupied by his students. They are Muso, Alimin, Kartosuwiryo, Samaun, and Sukarno. There's an attic above this house, and that is the Sukarno's room. We can know the precise story of host Cokro Aminoto in this museum because it provides a complete explanation about host Cokro Aminoto biography, his struggle, and even the clothes that he wore during the time it was displayed neatly on the museum.
Not far from host Cokro Aminoto's house, we arrived at our last destination, the house of Ruslan Abdul Ghani. He is an Indonesian statesman and politician who was the Indonesian Minister of Foreign Affairs from 1956 to 1957. This house was renovated in 1958 and became a cultural heritage in 2012. He often held meetings with a number of important figures in this country such as Bung Karno and Ahmad Jais at the Surau, or what we call as mosque now, in front of his house. For your information, there is also Sukarno's house in Kampung Peneleh, but it hasn't officially been inaugurated as a tourist attraction, so we took pictures only from the outside. The location located in a place that's hard to approach with transportation, so the only way to go there is by walking. Motorbikes are not even allowed in the alley. Surabaya's city government has tried many things from making a virtual tour to culinary and souvenir training for locals. But Kampung Peneleh remains not so exposed historical sites. Most local citizens don't know much about the site. Also, not many tourists come here even though Kampung Peneleh is one of Surabaya's tourist attractions. Therefore, here are some of our suggestions to expose Kampung Peneleh more. First, collaborate with tour agency to add Kampung Peneleh as one of their to-go destinations. Second, engage Pedicab Drivers Association to collaborate with tour agency as the transportation for visitors to go tour around Kampung Peneleh. And lastly, promote Kampung Peneleh using TikTok or any other social media platform to promote its charm, especially to the young generation. Well, what do you think of Kampung Peneleh after watching this video? Do you find it interesting? Please try to visit Kampung Peneleh to find its enchantment. You can visit it whenever you want, and we hope our plan can be realized so that Kampung Peneleh can be known by locals and international tourism. Comment down below if you have ever visited Kampung Peneleh to persuade others. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!